Hey, shalom, shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless. Are you serious? Come on now. Yari, they can hear you. They can hear you. So, hey, shalom, shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless. Hey, welcome to fourth chapter. Y'all making it through. I know some of you down in Texas and in that area got hit by a pretty severe snowstorm. Brothers in Memphis, throughout the Midwest, y'all been getting hit. Northeast. So pray y'all doing well. Pray y'all getting out of this, digging out of this, the snowstorm. We got a scribe today. Do we have a scribe? Josiah, there you are. Josiah, my man. I know some of you down in Texas. You know, some of you lost power. You know, that thing is ugly. I'll praise to the Most High. I did a lot of years in that snow. But man, I don't miss it. Anyway. Prayers up to y'all prayers up to y'all may have been without power. You know, pray y'all enduring. Okay, yes, sir. Hey, the opportunity that comes from the Lord, bro. It's an opportunity for me too, just to be on here and do the reading. Okay, we're gonna read the disclaimer and then we're gonna get started. It's not gonna take long today. Song of Solomon. You know, I read it. I understand some of it. It's got some precepts, but not a particularly strong book for me. So I'm gonna read. Y'all gonna get 4 chapters read to you today. All praises to the Most High. All right, so don't be in here trying to post precepts or anything like that. We're gonna get it read and to break it down for us. If you've there is some videos that he's gone into it, and I know I've heard you know, the captains before bringing out some of the understanding, but today we're gonna read. So I'm Officer Kimmy Will of Iuic Orlando Camp. You tuned in to 4 chapters a day where we read through the Bible in its entirety in a year. Again, for those of you that have that are up north and may have been without power, you had a snowstorm yesterday in Ottawa. Yeah. You know, the Lord is visiting the earth. That's all I can say. All praise to the Most High that you on here. You able to get, you able to keep up with the reading. Okay. Pray y'all getting excited about Passover. Passover is just around the corner. So I pray y'all getting excited about Passover and you're going to be able to make it. All right. And maybe I'll get to meet many of you that I don't know. And those others of us that labor, the other officers, the same. You know, we'll have an for those officers in their houses as well. Some of them have not been able to make it to schools right now because, you know, they're snowed in as well. So we keep those brothers and their families in our prayers as well. All right. So, all right. Without any further ado, Josiah, we're going to get started. I'm going to read the disclaimer, and then we're going to jump right into the reading. All right. So, we are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat as stated in Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. Hey, and give the Lord a hand. The bishop is traveling again. So the word is going out. I know there's been I've seen a couple of that have been posted. So all praise to the Most High. This word is back, going out to the four corners of the earth. All right, so let's get started. Song of Solomon, chapter 2. We're going to read chapters 2 through 5 today. All right. Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. As the lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting. He brought me. He was love. Stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doth embrace me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. The voice of my beloved, behold, he cometh, leaping upon the mountains, skipping. My beloved is like a roe or a young hart. Behold, he standeth behind our wall. He looketh forth at the windows, showing himself through the lattice. My beloved spake and said unto me, Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. The fig tree putteth forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grape give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. My dove, thou art in the clefts of the rock, in the secret places of the stairs. Let me see thy countenance. Let me hear thy voice. For sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is comely. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. My beloved is mine, I am his. He feedeth among the lilies, until the day break, and the shadows flee away. Turn, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bether. Okay, so that is Song of Solomon, chapter 2. All right, so Song of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 1. By night upon my bed I sought him, whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. I will arise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said, Saw ye him whom my soul loveth? It was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and would not let him go until he had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by nor awake my love till he please. Who is this that cometh of the wilderness like the pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, and all powders of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. 80 valiant men are about it, of the valiant of Israel. They all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man hath his sword upon his thigh, because of the fear in the night. King Solomon made himself a chamber thereof of silver, the bottom thereof of gold, the covering of it of purple, the midst thereof being paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon with the crown wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espouses, the day of the gladness of his heart. All right, so that is Song of Solomon, chapter 3. Okay, so we're going to read Song of Solomon, chapter 4, beginning at verse 1. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up, whereof every one bear twins, and none is barren. Thy lips are like the thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of pomegranate within thy locks. Thy neck is like the tower of David, armory, whereon there hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields of mighty men. Thy two breasts are like the two young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies. Until the day break, and the shadows flee away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh, and to the hill of frankincense. Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse. With me from Lebanon, the top of Shinir, and Hermon from the lions' dens, from the mountains of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse! How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Thy plants are an orchard of pomegranates, with the pleasant fruits, camphor with spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh and aloes, with all the chief spices. A fountain of gardens as well of living waters and streams of Lebanon. Awake, O north wind, and come thou south. Blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat his pleasant fruits. Okay, so that was the conclusion of Song of Solomon chapter 4. Okay, and now we're going to read Song of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. I am come into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, drink. I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved that knocketh, saying, open to me, my sister, my beloved, or my love, my dove, my undefiled. For my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat. How shall I put it on? I have washed my feet. How shall I defile them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door, and my bowels were moved for him. I rose up to open to my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh, and my fingers with sweet-smelling myrrh upon the handles of the lock. I opened to my beloved, but my beloved hath withdrawn himself. And when he spake, I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen that went about the city found me. They smote me. They wounded me. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if you find my beloved, that you tell him that I am sick of love. What is thy beloved more than another beloved, O thou fairest among women? What is thy beloved more than another beloved, that thou dost so charge us? My beloved, the chiefest among 10,000. Now, I will address this one right quick, because you do have Christians that will say, see, this is talking about Solomon. He's white. He's white. So I'll give you a couple of precepts just to clear this verse up. All right. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 51. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 51. Okay. Psalms chapter 51 and verse 7. And it says, purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Okay, so what is that white and ruddy going in? Clean, undefiled. Okay, that's the white part. It's not he's white or the red man, because remember, there's nobody that's white, and the scriptures say that Esau, which is whom Christianity will try to attribute us to, is the red man, okay, according to Genesis 25. So, let's deal with the ruddy part. All right, let's deal with the ruddy part. Let's go to 1 Samuel. All right, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 12. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 12. Actually, we're going to keep it in context. I'm gonna start. Now I'm just gonna get to the point. Let's get to the point. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 12. This is talking about a young King David. All right. It says, "And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he." All right. I'm gonna read it again from the top. This is 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 12. We'll read 12 and 13 together. All right. And it says, "And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah." Okay. So healthy, youthful appearance, healthy. Okay. Some people I've heard said that means he was red. No. So let's go back to Song of Solomon chapter 5 verse 10. And it says, "My beloved is white." That means he's undefiled, unspotted, okay, clean. My beloved is white and ruddy, of youthful, healthy appearance, okay? You know, clean, clear, beautiful skin. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. Okay, his locks are bushy and black as a raven. Okay, when we read about Christ having woolly hair, and the Lord and the Most High God having hair of pure wool. Okay, this is saying the same thing. You can read that. Matter of fact, I'll give you another example. For our sisters. Why it's important for our sisters to return back to their natural appearances, okay, and stop putting all these chemicals in your head that is in your head. The book of Judith, okay, we're gonna go to the book of Judith, chapter 10. And we're going to read verse 3. Judith chapter 10 verse 3. "And pulled off the sackcloth which she had on, and put off the garments of her widowhood, and washed her body all over with water, and anointed herself with precious ointments, and braided the hair of her head." Okay? And braided the hair of her head, and put a tire on it, and put on the garments of gladness wherewith she was clad during the life of Manasseh her husband. Okay, and braided the hair of her head. Okay, because what we got naturally bushy hair. Okay. Quick story. They pulled up an old. When I first came in the truth, I had braids. So my hair, when it was out, it was like out there. But you know, used to have my hair braided up too. So, hey, but you know, we grow up and we stop trying to hang on to the fashions of the world. All right. I'm going to leave that there. All right. So go back to Song of Solomon, chapter 5, and we're going to pick up at verse 12. Song of Solomon 5, verse 12. "His eyes are as the eyes by the river milk and fitly set. His cheeks are as a bed of spices, as sweet flowers, his lips like lilies, dropping sweet-smelling myrrh. His hands are as gold rings set with the beryl. His belly is as bright ivory overlaid with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of marble set upon sockets of fine gold. His countenance is as Lebanon, excellent as the cedars. His mouth is most sweet, yea, he is altogether. And this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I'll explain that which I know. Song of Solomon, it's a lot of parables, but if you've got questions, send your questions in to the captains, okay? Either if you're fortunate enough to have captain school, submit those questions to them, on the Sabbath, or send the questions in to the captains here on the 4 chapters a day Telegram. All right. So, see, that's what I'm saying, Sister Grace. Your question is, why does he say my sister, my spouse? That's why I started off at the beginning saying, I do have some understanding of this book, but I'm not really gonna try to break things down. I'm gonna do my truth. Those that are more knowledgeable, scriptures say, if you don't understand, lay your hand upon your mouth. Okay, so send your questions in, Sister Grace, and all of you that have questions. Okay, so that will complete Song of Solomon, chapters 2 through 5. Again, I'm Officer Kimmy Will of Iuic Orlando. Pray you all staying in the spirit. Been caught up in these snowstorms. I pray y'all been doing, as the bishop said, and been stocking up. Okay, not pigeon shopping, because if you've been pigeon shopping, you may have gotten caught right now. You need somebody to run you some supplies over there, all right? Putting them in danger. So, let's take heed and follow the orders, all right? It's to protect your own selves, all right? Remember to donate to the Boosters Club, because, again, they're traveling. All praises. Thank you, Lance. Hey, Josiah, I appreciate you for scribing. Thank you, my brother. And again, look forward to seeing y'all at Passover, if you make it to Passover. Look forward to meeting you all. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Remember, we got classes 3 times a day, every day. All right, so tune in. All right, and TGIF is coming up in a couple of days. All right, so with that, I'm going to say shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless you all.